Hello and welcome to the jungle. My name is Jody and this is my husband Alistair.
Hello.
Also known as the Kiwi and the Fish. And if you've been following this blog, you know that we've been in Madagascar in the rainforest of the eastern side of Madagascar studying lemurs for the past 6 months. So today we're actually heading out of the forest back to our other lives. So we just wanted to give you guys another update on what's been going on here in the forest. But we're a bit emotional, so if we're a bit stammery, I'm sorry. We're not as polished and enthusiastic as some of our other blogs. But yes, so, report on the animals. They're all doing so well. Of the 6 babies now that we have, 5 shifaka babies and 1 injury baby that we've been following since they were very young. Those are frogs, by the way. Showed up this month. I swear, my hearing will never be the same. Forget listening to your iPod too bad. Like, try sleeping in the jungle. But yes, so all of the babies are doing really well. I had a beautiful, magical last day yesterday with Tundra and Quintana. So I saw Quintana when he was only a week old. I say he, it could be a she, we don't know. But Quintana means star, little star.
Superstar.
And it was just this big, like the little baby was like the size of a little rat or a little mouse. And all white. And we've just been able to watch this shifaka grow and grow and grow, so that now it's hard to distinguish Quintana from the juveniles in the group.
It's the same size.
Quintana travels most of the time on its own, hardly ever goes to nurse from mother. Usually is feeding all the time by itself. So still a closer bond with its mother than the other animals. But oh my goodness, it's just remarkable. I feel like the crazy aunt. I can't believe how much you've grown. I remember when you were so small.
She'd pinch his cheeks if she could.
I would. They're so cute. But yeah, so the animals are doing really well, and I've had a phenomenal 6 months. So over to you.
Yeah, it has been a really good 6 months. Just over the last few days I've looked back at myself over those 6 months and seeing how my reactions to the animals have changed. Now, I've always been quite observant with animals, but being here, your sensory system just goes into overdrive. You know, you really get in tune with the animals. Nowhere near as much as our guides, of course, because they just are phenomenal. We couldn't do any of the work without them here. And the sort of survival of these animals in the forest really depends on the guides and the local people and their attitudes towards the forest, and that's increasing all the time, which is really good, and we're hoping to do more to help that as well.
Yeah, so some of you may know that we started with an idea from my brilliant mother. Of course, mothers have all the good ideas. I was telling her how it was so sad that students here had to pay to go to secondary school. So basically, in Canada, the equivalent of grade 6 and above, you have to pay every year, not just school fees, but you have to pay for all of your own books and markers and pens and uniforms.
A lot of money.
And there is no high school in Anavuk, the village right next to the forest. So these kids have to go, generally walk, to the village that has the high school, and their parents have to pay for room and board, basically, while they're at high school. So what all that means is that most kids don't go to high school. It's not an income economy where people actually have that kind of cash to do things. So we're lucky in that some of the people that work in the forest can afford this, but it's still much more than the majority of the families can afford. So basically, my mom was the first sponsor, but then a lot of our friends and families and have also contributed to sponsor kids to go to high school. So it works out to be $100 Canadian. So close to that American. What's that, about €75 or so? to send a child to school for a year. And that's like their uniform, and that's their room and board. So it's not very much by our standards, but oh my goodness, that makes a difference of if they go to high school. And for me and for Alistair, we just know that if the forest is going to have a chance, kids have to at least go to high school. They have to at least be able to study natural sciences and English and all of those things that we are so lucky in our countries that it's just a given that we have that kind of an education. So we've started that program, and it's going really well. Yeah. We'll show you some video in a second of the kids, and the village is very supportive of it. We decided to sponsor the top 10 students from the Anavuk Primary School from grade 5 for their grade 6, and we'll continue sponsoring them as long as their grades stay good. So it's directly a reward for the best students in the class. But there were 37 that passed their grade 5 and so could go to year 6. So we were very happy to have the 10, and we hope to be able to continue next year the 10 best to sponsor them. So yes, if people are interested in helping with that project, email my mom and just get in touch with us, and we'd love to hear both ideas and if you have anything to contribute. But we've also got another exciting idea. The primary school in Anavuk is actually really quite small. They had just a 2-room schoolhouse, but they have built a new one, so they use both of them. So basically there's the equivalent of 4 classrooms. 1 and 2 are in a nice cement building that was built in about 2002, 2003, and the other one's very old, it's wooden, it's falling apart, and it's just very sad. So 4 classrooms, folks, and there's, I think, 247 students. Yeah. So it's much too small. They need more space. They need another couple of classrooms at least. So I got to thinking, well, I'd love to do that, especially a room that can be used for like studies of biology and natural sciences, and also English lessons and things like that. And then maybe it could be a place where in the evenings and on the weekends, the adults and the community can use it.
School.
So have something where they can have meetings or presentations or things like that. And then eventually, hopefully, if this place opens to tourism, it could also be sort of a visitor center, somewhere where people could come and learn about the forest before or after they visit the animals and this glorious forest. So we had this amazing idea. But I'm thinking, oh, it's a dream, Jody. It's so expensive, but it's just amazing. We talked to some people that built the other school that's there, and it has like a solar panel on it to do the electric, and it's quite a nice building, very sturdy, and it only cost 30 million ariaries. Shocking, I know. Then that's the equivalent of $15,000. So for $15,000 US,
key in the hand,
could build like another huge building, and you know, who knows, we can talk to our contacts and see if, I'd love to get like microscopes and any kind of like books that people have that they don't use anymore. These kids just love books. You'll see in the videos, they just pour like over every page of a book. They love animal books. Yeah. So just to have a place like that for the kids to learn to love the forest that is their home. So yes, they've been told not to burn the forest anymore, which is what has happened to most of the forest in Madagascar. But we need to keep giving them incentives that this forest is much more valuable as it stands for jobs and for tourism and just for the health of Madagascar and our planet. So there's the call out. I don't know who will see this or what you'll think, but we had to ask, we had to say, that's it, $15,000. So if you have, you know, $20, if you have $50 and you want to contribute, I'm sure it'll add up really quick. Also, if you're somebody that has access to like grants or you know, knows something about solar power or water purification or compost toilet, things like that. Like if people are trying to think of their next vacation and maybe they want to come and help with some part of that, then get in touch
Welcome.
with us. Yes, because we want to come back, and we have high hopes of things that can be done for this forest. So we're very, very grateful for our opportunity to be here, but being here has made us even more grateful for the beautiful people in our lives, our friends and family. We miss you all dearly. We're very homesick, we're very hungry, we're very sore, and we smell very bad. So we love you very much, and we'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Welcome to the jungle!